It appears the universe wants to have a 1v1 Kylo lightsaber match to the death. No, Phasma, what are you doing? Get out of there! Hey everyone, Nukin here, and welcome back again to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the First Order, and from the First Order leader herself, the First Order is not the Empire. We are pure. We have been through the Crucible and emerged stronger than ever before. We have our leader Phasma. We have the likes of Kylo Ren, First Order officer, and First Order Stormtrooper and First Order TIE pilot on this team. And I'm going to be breaking down the best way to mod your characters on a First Order team, what mod chips should you be putting on these characters, and what stats should you be striving for. So sit back, grab a cold one, and let's get into it. Alright, so let's get started talking about the stats that you want to strive for your First Order team. So I will quickly show the mod sets that I'm using for everyone. For Phasma, I am running a crit damage set with a 2-piece crit chance set. But what I've done for her and for the entire First Order team is I've looked at the key stats that you want to strive for. So no matter what type of mods that you have, whether you have health mods, speed mods, crit damage mods, you're looking for these sorts of stats in the primary and secondaries. You're looking for speed, potency, crit damage, and crit chance. So that's not in any particular order by any chance, and these are the exact numbers that I'm running her at currently, and if you can do better, then go for it. So if you can get Phasma over 200 speed, then I would suggest that you do so. The faster that she goes, she can start controlling the battlefield, and she can start landing debuffs, and that's where her potency comes in. The higher her potency, the more consistent that she will land those debuffs like speed down and defense down. Crit damage is because she gains advantage quite often, so she can pump out more damage, and when she doesn't have advantage up, she needs to crit to land her defense down, and that is so important that I gave her a little bit of crit chance on top of that. Moving on to Kylo Ren, and we're going to start moving a little bit quicker through the other First Order characters. Kylo Ren ends up giving himself offense and speed over the course of the battle, and what you're kind of looking for Kylo is to find a balance between speed, damage, and crit chance. He lands his stun from his outrage pretty often, and especially under a Phasma lead, you can get some bonus potency there. So you're really looking to just pump out his damage, keep him tanky enough so he won't die, and get his speed at a decent amount, so when you combine his secondary speed from his mods and the speed that he's getting from his abilities, he's right up there with some of the quickest characters in the game. Moving on to First Order TIE Pilot, I am also running a crit damage set with a 2-piece crit chance set, and the stats that I'm aiming for him are potency, physical damage, and critical stats like damage and crit chance. So for him, I am running a little bit of potency, but I wasn't able to get it too high. He has a very important debuff to land, which is buff immunity, and if you can get that to land on a tank, that would be excellent. It's not terrible since potency is given from Phasma's leadership, so it is running at around 30% when you factor that in, but if you can bump that up a little bit higher, you'll probably have better results, and he's definitely the highest damage dealing attacker on the team, so you definitely want to get that critical synergy up, that critical damage, the critical chance, and pump up that physical damage so he can start doing those huge 20 to 30k crits. Moving on to First Order Officer, I am running a crit damage set with a 2-piece crit chance set, and the 4 stats that I'm aiming for him are speed, potency, crit damage, and crit chance. The sweet spot for crit chance, if you're going to run maximum crit damage, is around 40% or higher, so I'm running that, and I have the max crit damage, and he has turn meter removal on his special, so you want to give him some potency as well so he can land that, and then the faster he can go, the better. He's one of those support characters that once he gets going, he can start cleansing your team and swapping turn meter and reducing the cooldown of your team, so the more speed the better for First Order Officer. Now lastly, we have First Order Stormtrooper, and I am running a speed set on him and a 2-piece defense set, and that sounds kind of strange, but keep in mind I am looking for stats, key stats to focus on, and for him I'm focusing on speed, potency, tenacity, and armor. So you want him to go pretty quickly. He has speed down, which is a debuff, so getting his potency a little bit high is a good idea. You don't need it to be super high because you do get speed down from Phasma. You want him to have some tenacity because he has a counterattack, and if he gets dazed or stunned, that basically makes him a lot less useful. And I got his armor up to 41%, which is great in this, especially in this meta, because there are a lot of characters that have high physical damage, and armor helps to reduce the damage from that onslaught. Alright, so as we start to wrap up here, let's quickly review what we discussed today. So we took a look at how you want to think about modding your First Order team. No matter what type of mod sets you have, whether they're crit damage, speed mods, or you just have a bunch of health mods laying around, as long as you're focusing on those 4 key attributes for each First Order character, your team will be stronger than the next guys. So if you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment down below. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. Until next time, cheers. And you know what? I'll leave you with this quick montage of what happens when things go all according to plan. All remaining systems will bow to the First Order.
Like running, the club will go out to the granny. This nigga below you bandit. The killers understand it.